Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a concept that challenges the modern obsession with popularity and large social circles, the idea that a man with no friends, or a very small circle, is often the most secure man of all. You see, society measures success through external markers, followers, friends, applause, but true security is an internal affair. A man who walks alone or with a select few companions understands something profound: his worth is not determined by the crowd's approval. He does not live for the fleeting affirmation of others, but stands tall, knowing that his identity is rooted in something deeper, something unshakable. In solitude, a man learns the art of introspection. Without the noise of countless voices, he hears the whispers of his own soul. This quietude fosters clarity, a rare and precious gift in a world buzzing with distractions. It is in these moments of stillness that he discovers his strengths, faces his weaknesses, and ultimately finds peace. A small circle, or none at all, is not a sign of loneliness, it is a declaration of quality over quantity. The few relationships he does maintain are rich and meaningful. They are built on trust, understanding, and authenticity. He has no need for superficial connections or empty conversations. His life is a sanctuary, shared only with those who truly matter. And then there is the undeniable power of focus. Without the constant pull of social obligations, he can channel his energy into his passions, his purpose, his dreams. This man is not distracted by the noise of the world. He is creating his own symphony, note by note, with precision and care. So let us not pity the man who walks a quiet path or keeps a small circle. Let us admire him, for he has mastered the greatest art of all, the art of being secure in himself. I want to explore a concept that challenges our conventional understanding of connection and security, the idea that a man with no friends or a very small circle is often the most secure man of all. Let us delve into what makes such a man so profoundly at ease with himself. The world we live in places immense value on being seen, heard, and liked by others. Social media platforms thrive on this very principle, encouraging us to measure our worth by likes, shares, and comments. But the man with few or no friends operates beyond these superficial metrics. He does not chase the fleeting approval of others, nor does he allow their opinions to dictate his self-worth. He is free in the truest sense of the word, untethered by the need to please or impress. This kind of freedom requires immense strength. It is not easy to stand apart when the crowd beckons with promises of validation. But the man with no friends or a very small circle has made a choice to prioritize his inner stability over the ever-shifting tides of external affirmation. He understands that approval from others is fickle, often conditional, and rarely enduring. Real security comes from within, from a deep and abiding sense of self that no one else can give or take away. In this freedom there is also a profound sense of authenticity. The man with a small social circle does not waste time wearing masks to fit into various social situations. He does not dilute his beliefs or compromise his values for the sake of acceptance. He knows who he is, and he is content to live as that person, unapologetically and without pretense. His security lies not in being liked by many, but in being true to himself. Such a man redefines what it means to be secure. He is not bound by the need for others to affirm his existence. Instead, he walks through life with a quiet confidence, knowing that his worth does not hinge on the number of people who surround him, but on the strength of the foundation he has built within. Continuing our exploration of what makes a man with no friends or a very small circle uniquely secure, let us reflect on the power of solitude. In a world where constant connectivity is the norm, stepping away from the noise is a radical act. Yet it is in this quiet that a man discovers a depth of understanding about himself that few ever achieve. When a man chooses solitude, he steps into a space where he can listen not to the clamor of others' expectations, but to the voice within. In this silence, he confronts his thoughts, his emotions, and his fears. These moments of introspection are not always comfortable. They often demand honesty and courage. But through this process, he gains clarity about who he is, what he values, and what he wants out of life. This clarity becomes a cornerstone of his security. Without the distraction of external influences, he learns to trust his instincts and make decisions that align with his true self. He becomes his own compass, navigating life with a sense of direction that is both purposeful and unwavering. The noise of the world, which so often pulls others off course, does not sway him. He has found his anchor, and it resides within. Moreover, solitude allows this man to cultivate a profound sense of inner peace. In the absence of external pressures, he is free to simply be. There is no need to perform, to compete, or to conform. He finds contentment not in what he has or who he knows, but in the act of being present with himself. This peace is unshakable, for it is not contingent on external circumstances or the presence of others. Through this mastery of solitude, the man with no friends or a small circle becomes a fortress of self-assurance. He does not seek validation or company to escape loneliness, because he has learned to be his own companion. The time he spends alone becomes a source of strength, clarity, and renewal, a sacred space where he can recharge and refocus. This is not a man who fears solitude, he embraces it. He understands that true security is not found in the company of others, but in the calm confidence of a mind and soul at peace. And in this state he becomes unshakable, a beacon of strength and self-possession in a world of ceaseless noise. Continuing with our exploration of the profound security found in a man with no friends or a very small circle, let us turn our attention to the nature of his relationships. In a society that often equates social success with the number of acquaintances one has, this man chooses a different path, one that values depth over breadth, authenticity over abundance. The man with a small circle does not pursue relationships for the sake of appearances or convenience. Instead, he is deliberate in his choices, fostering connections that are meaningful and grounded in mutual respect and understanding. He has no time for shallow friendships or fleeting alliances that serve only to fill the void of loneliness. For him, the value of a relationship lies not in how many people surround him, but in the quality of those he lets into his life. This selectivity is a hallmark of emotional maturity and security. By curating his circle, he ensures that the people in his life reflect his values and contribute positively to his journey. He surrounds himself with those who challenge him intellectually, support him emotionally, and inspire him to grow. These connections, though few in number, are deep and enduring. They are not built on convenience or obligation, but on trust, honesty, and shared purpose. Furthermore, by maintaining a small circle, this man avoids the pitfalls of superficial social dynamics. He does not have to navigate the complexities of maintaining appearances or managing expectations within a large group. There are no layers of pretense or unnecessary drama. His relationships are straightforward, genuine, and free of the burdens that often accompany larger social circles. This approach to relationships reflects a profound inner security. The man with a small circle is not driven by the need to be liked or to fit in. He does not measure his worth by the number of invitations he receives or the size of his social network. Instead, he finds fulfillment in the richness of his connections, knowing that each one is a true reflection of who he is. In choosing quality over quantity, he creates a life that is simpler, more focused, and infinitely more satisfying. His small circle is not a limitation, it is a strength. It represents his commitment to authenticity, his ability to prioritize what truly matters, and his unwavering sense of self. Such a man teaches us that the measure of a life well lived is not in how many people we know, but in how deeply we connect with those who matter most. And in this understanding lies a profound sense of security and peace. As we further explore the unique strength of a man with no friends or a very small circle, let us focus on how this lifestyle enables him to channel his energy into personal growth and fulfillment. In a world that often prioritizes social commitments and the constant exchange of attention, the man who limits these distractions finds himself with an extraordinary gift: time and focus. Without the constant pull of a bustling social life, this man gains the freedom to dedicate himself to his passions and pursuits. His days are not consumed by endless social obligations or superficial interactions. Instead, they are filled with purpose. He has the clarity to set meaningful goals and the discipline to work toward them. Whether it is mastering a craft, building a career, or pursuing a dream, his energy is directed where it truly matters. This focus becomes a powerful driver of self-improvement. With fewer external influences to distract or sway him, he can hone his skills, expand his knowledge, and push himself to new heights. He does not measure success by how others perceive him, but by the tangible progress he makes in his own life. Each step forward, each milestone achieved, reinforces his sense of capability and self-worth. The absence of a large social circle also affords him the space to reflect and recalibrate. In solitude, he can assess his priorities, identify areas for growth, and make deliberate choices about how he spends his time. This intentionality allows him to live a life aligned with his values and aspirations, free from the pressure to conform to others' expectations. Moreover, the man with no friends or a small circle often develops a resilience that sets him apart. Without a constant stream of external validation, he learns to rely on his own inner strength and determination. He becomes his own source of motivation, his own cheerleader, and his own compass. This self-reliance is a cornerstone of his security, allowing him to navigate challenges with confidence and grace. Importantly, this focus on personal growth does not mean he is selfish or indifferent to others. On the contrary, his ability to grow as an individual makes him a better contributor to the world around him. When he does engage with others, he brings a sense of purpose, wisdom, and authenticity that enriches those interactions. The man who chooses to focus on himself and his growth is not withdrawing from life, he is fully embracing it. He understands that by becoming the best version of himself, he not only enhances his own existence but also creates a foundation from which he can contribute meaningfully to those around him. In this dedication to self-improvement, we find the essence of his security. He is a man who knows where he is going, why he is going there, and what it takes to get there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the mark of a truly secure and fulfilled individual. As we reflect on the journey of a man with no friends or a very small circle, it becomes clear that his path, though unconventional, is one of profound strength and wisdom. This is a man who does not seek validation in the fleeting applause of others but finds it within himself. He is a man who understands the value of silence, the power of introspection, and the peace that comes from being at home in his own company. Through his choice to prioritize quality over quantity in relationships, he cultivates connections that are meaningful and enriching. He surrounds himself only with those who reflect his values and contribute to his growth, choosing depth over superficiality every time. And in his ability to focus on personal growth and self-improvement, he forges a life of purpose and resilience. Free from the distractions of a large social circle, he channels his energy into becoming the best version of himself, an effort that brings fulfillment, not only to his own life, but also to the lives of those he touches. This man's journey teaches us that true security does not lie in numbers, appearances, or external validation. It lies in the strength to stand alone, the wisdom to cultivate meaningful relationships, and the courage to pursue one's own path with clarity and purpose. Let us admire the quiet confidence of such a man, for he reminds us of an essential truth: the most secure foundation is the one we build within ourselves. Thank you. Thank you.